Check. 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 You got it?
Yeah. Thanks.
How we doing, Charles?
We're doing well. How about you?
Doing all right, thank you.
Are you going straight down to Middle Beach after this?
Yeah, most likely. Probably plays in Turn 11 tonight.
It's a nasty long drive. I mean, it's not that long, but I mean, especially after you've been driving, and then that last like 45 minutes just sucks. I mean, it's crazy dark.
But that was for not at Alix one though. That was at Nationals where their offense just collapsed. Yeah.
So what? You guys are seated.
Something like that. Yo, we've got.
You're in Pittsburgh. Right?
Yeah, we've got
That's
Northwestern, Tufts, and one more. Can't remember.
And I assume your game against Pitt will be UltiWorld will cover that.
Yeah, 3 o'clock it'll be streamed.
I don't get to play offense, so I don't have any idea. I like playing offense.
Hello.
How are you doing? So you're going to commentate?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so it's not. You're going to commentate too?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So nothing fancy here, but it's basically as long as you're within a foot of the microphone.
Cool.
We pick it up, and I'll sort of adjust the volume as you go along.
Okay.
Good. So I guess if you
So
just
you
want to
gotta tell
call
us.
State
Sure.
on offense, and
Yeah.
I'll do Seaweed.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, I'm Alex.
Kevin.
Nice to
Nice to
meet
meet
you.
you.
I played at State last year.
I guess I played. I hurt my leg, so
Oh, I'm
not
sorry.
playing this year.
Can you tell us when this is going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
And they claim that they have players that are committed, but all that means is that they've spoken to that person for 15 minutes. Yeah, right. How was it?
Bode messaged me on Messenger, like, hey, what are you doing the book? Here's my plan. Like, alright, so I'm gonna do two topics. Like, no, you didn't. They're like, yo, we have a team for this national, and it's like kind of fun. It seems like it would be kind of fun if I was on my way out of my house. Not like.
You mean oh.
Are we up yet, Charles?
Yep.
Already.
All right. You start.
Alrighty, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the final ACS Showcase game of the year. Today we have Wilmington Seaweed versus NC State Jäga.
We'll be commentating tonight. This is Alix Robbins. I formerly played on Yaga. I just graduated.
And I'm Kevin Huerta. I'm currently a junior at UNCW, but we're taking the year off because we hurt our leg.
We've got Yaga coming out on offense. That's a centering pass to Becky Widmeyer, the captain of this team. And they're looking to break this UNCW zone. Looks like they're going to be trying to swing it a lot and hopefully hit the middle to break up this cup in the front. But they can hit the side. That's going to be a turn for number 14, Lewis.
Hannah Samuelson to pick up for UNCW.
That's a big foot block from Carmen Tormey to give the disc back to Jägermanza. Becky Widmeyer to pick up. Becky finds big yards on the sideline to Lewis again, but another turn. They'll need to complete those up the sideline.
Hannah Vetcher picks up for UNCW. A deep downfield huck to Hannah Samuelson. Oh, and it's completed. She surveys the field and lets up a huck to Kristen Reed, who's streaking deep. And it is completed. A goal for UNCW. Kristen Reed with the first goal of the board. And UNCW get the first break of the game.
If Jaga Monster's going to find some success, they need to figure out a way to work the cup and make some yards up when they're looking downfield. They're going to have to be able to pull those in down the sideline if they're going to make any forward progress.
They looked to start out patient, though. They were looking for it, just a matter of completing the passes.
Yeah, all their looks are very solid. Anna found some great space in the middle of the field. So we'll have Jaga Monster to receive the pull, and they'll start out on offense again.
Hannah Samuelson set to pull. Here comes the pull from UNCW.
Did you hear that foghorn?
I did.
That foghorn is the 20 seconds to pull.
Okay.
Yeah, since there's no observers, that's sort of the the warning to the team.
Okay.
Gotcha. Katie Jabrilovich picked up the pull. UNCW is still in that zone. Taking some good looks up the field. This handler set for Jaga is making nice shots. Nice rundown for Allison. And she's going to look to center it back to Katie to continue upfield. They've made more progress this point than they have previously.
They definitely are playing really patient. When they swing the disc, they get those huge upfields on the sidelines.
Threading the needle for Becky all the way up the middle for Carmen Tormey. She's looking, doesn't see a whole lot downfield. She's going to dump to Becky Widmeyer again. Oh, and that's going to be a drop.
Hannah Samuelson set to pick up for UNCW. She launches a long bladey hook right into the hands of a streaking Hannah Betcher, and it just slips out.
Jaga's going to have to work that ground up again, but they're starting strong with a look downfield to Jen Bradley. Anna Solberg continuing to be a good look through the middle of the cup. And they're going to hit the sideline again to Jen Bradley. She's finding a lot of great space. Looking up to Carmen Tormey. They're going to dump it back to that sideline, gain a few yards.
UNCW with this light wind really sticking to the zone look.
Oh my God.
This O-line seems to have settled into this zone a little more. They're getting some fakes in, hitting those gaps that they can find in the cup. And Carmen Tormey again. Katie fakes off a couple upfield looks to Jen and Carmen, but they're going to stay patient and make the best decisions possible in this zone. She's hitting Anna again. He found some great space in the popping zone. And they are in the red zone now, just outside the end zone. That's going to be a goal from Becky Widmeyer to Katie Jabrilovich for the first Jaga score of the game.
Really patient offense from Yaga there. They at no point looked like they wanted to huck the disc or were looking like they were in a pinch. Really patient, just moved it from side to side and just knocked it in. How we doing?
Don't interrupt.
No, it really don't matter. We can get you in a halftime skit.
Like throw
On the field for the Yaga D line, we have Alice Widman, Lisa Keller, Jen Bradley, Charity Robinette, Danielle Sawyer, Emma Bartlett, and I can't see that player's number.
We'll get our first look here at the Seaweed O-line and see if they can march it down the field.
And that foghorn, if you can hear it, is the 20 seconds to the pull. And that 7th player on the line for Yaga Monster, number 54, is going to be Caroline Vandenberg.
Jäger with the pull. Hannah Samuelson fielding the pull for Seaweed. She centers to Eliza Rich. Hits a streaking Hannah Betcher for the under. Who hits Kristen Reed. Nice grab by Hannah Betcher. Kelly Manners with the disc. She surveys the field and hits a dump to Lydia Brenneman.
That's Charity Robinette with a run through D. We'll see if Yaga can slow down the pace a little bit or if they're going to put it up. Danielle Sawyer puts it up to Alice running through the end zone. Is that going to be a goal? Not quite. She's going to have it on the end line. This could be a chance for the D-line to break. Alice is taking a couple steps, but she does hit Emma Bartlett for the score. That's a little bit of a role reversal. Alice is genuinely the receiver, and Emma Bartlett is generally a handler.
Quick turn of events there for Seaweed. Jäger real quick to pounce on the opportunity to get their first break of the game.
That'll be 20 seconds to pull.
Seaweed will look to get a quick hold here to get that D-line back out onto the field.
New additions to this D-line for Yaga are going to be Abigail Campbell and Tori Vayer. Danielle Sawyer looks, she's going to pull.
I've messed around with it a couple times. You know where we had that problem where it was just completely blown out. I kind of tracked that. In fact,
Big pull from Jäger goes up. Hannah Betcher to field it. She centers to Kristen Reed. Right back to Hannah.
I'm tied up right now.
Hannah looking for Kristen Reed in the dump set. She clears. Tough upline caught by Claire Sorensen, who hits Hannah back in the dump set, and it just bobbles out of her hands for the turn.
This will be Yaga's second chance to break. We'll see who Emma Bartlett looks like she's about to pick up here. And we have UNCW in a person defense instead of the zone this one. High stall count, just gets it off, but it's a
Kristen
Receiving
Reed
error.
pops out of the lane for the D and sends it up to Hannah Samuelson, who's running deep. She grabs it just right outside of the end zone and is looking to score. Hannah Betcher makes an upline cut and scores for Seaweed. UNCW with the hold. You know the games too. Carl, is the game to 13? Or?
Game 13. I'm not sure what the cap is.
Okay.
Alex, you can handle what the cap is?
They just handed me the thing.
Did you reset the clock?
I did for 75.
There was a
I
guess.
I don't know. Well, Becky set the
75
clock to
definitely
75 for me, so
Okay.
I don't know.
I believe ultimate time should go up like soccer.
Yeah.
If I ever had this again.
And that'll be the 20 seconds horn. Oh, there it is. Oops. So on this offensive line for Yaga, we have Anna Solberg, Katie Chabrilovich, Carmen Tormey, Becky Widmeyer, Melissa Gronsk.
Hannah Samuelson set the pool for UNCW. And the pull is up.
It's a deep look for Carmen Tormey that's just overshot.
Kristen Reed with the D for UNCW. The huck just flowed a little bit too far. Hannah Betcher with the disc, looking downfield. Hits Eliza Rich in the dump set. Who hits Kelly Mainers on the under, but a pick is called. And will be sent back. Alyssa Women dumps it to Hannah Betcher in the dump set. She hits Hannah Samuelson on an undercut. Right back to Hannah Betcher streaking up line, who hits Claire Sorensen on an under. Claire looking downfield, looking to get rid of the disc. She has to throw it up. Hannah Samuelson comes down it with an odd upline. The hammer from Hannah Samuelson, and it is caught by Kelly Mainers. That'll be a break for Seaweed. 3-2. I think as long as Seaweed can keep their legs under them, it should be close to the end, as long as they don't run out of gas.
Yeah, Jaeger Monster's biggest problem at this point is just going to be holding on to the disc. They're making good decisions. They're just having a hard time reeling them in. I think we're likely to see UNCW come back out in that zone again.
I was like very like suspect of whether or not.
And that'll be 20 seconds to the pull.
This was one friendship where it was not forced. It was like very.
Hannah Samuelson set to pull for Seaweed. And the pool goes up. Seaweed look to get their second straight break of the game.
Paige Brilovich picks up and dishes it to Becky Widmeyer, who's looking for Carmen. Their Seaweed is still in the zone, 3-person cup. Yaga Monsta is continuing to make those same looks for spaces in the cup, and upfield hits to the sideline. Becky looks upfield for Jen Bradley, who just can't quite get a hand on it. Jen Bradley's going to set up on the mark.
Hannah Samuelson picking up for UNCW. Looks downfield and hits Kelly Mainers on an under.
Yaga Monsta is going to have to look to slow down these undercuts.
Kelly hit Kristen Reed on an under, who dishes it to Hannah Samuelson, who's looking for Lydia Brenneman, who scores. And that is the second straight break for Seaweed.
That'll bring us to 4-2, UNCW's favor. Yaga Monsta is going to have to learn to, or look to contain these cutters for the unders. They're bleeding yards on the sideline.
On the D-line for Seaweed, we have Hannah Samuelson, Kristen Reed, Shannon Sullivan, Catherine O'Leary, Hannah Betcher. Got out of order on me. And Kelly McKillicuddy. Hannah Samuelson set to pull.
All right, we're going to have Becky stop the roll and pick up the disc for a quick dish up the field to Katie Trebrilovich. She's going to look back to Becky, trying to swing the disc to the sides to get around this cup.
Seaweed really sticking to the zone look.
Allison Church upfield. She's going to get a quick dump to Bartlett. That's a nice swing back out to the sideline. Trebrilovich has to look off Becky with good cup defense from UNCW. It's a nice gain yards by Becky. And she'll throw Emma Bartlett into the space she wants her to go into. There it is. They're going to look upfield to Carmen Tormey, and she's going to try to make her best decision into the end zone. Looks like she's going to holster it and hit Becky for a short gain. But Becky Widmeyer is going to hit Tori Veyer for the next Yaga score.
Yaga with some really patient offense there. Never rushed anything and just swung it back and forth, waiting for the right time to hit the hole.
They're making great decisions. We'll see if they continue to work it, if UNCW will drop out of the zone into a person defense. We've got the D-line back out for Yaga. We'll have from first on the line, we've got Emma Bartlett, and then Alice Woodman, Charity Robinette, Lisa Keller, Danielle Sawyer, Abigail Campbell, and Melissa Gronsk. And that'll be the 20 seconds to pull.
Big point coming up here for Yaga as they look to get one of their breaks back.
Danielle Sawyer's got the pull up.
The pull is up. Kristen Reed set to field it. She hits Hannah Betcher on an under, who's looking upfield, directing traffic. Hits Kristen Reed in the dump set and streaks back up line. Hannah Betcher hits Eliza Rich on the under, who hits Kelly Mainers, who hits Hannah Samuelson on the up line, who sends it right back up the line to Hannah Betcher. Hannah Betcher pointing upfield. Hannah Samuelson with the upline cut, and she just gets by, and it just gets away, and Seaweed with the turn.
Danielle Sawyer will be tapping this disc in at the front cone of their end zone. UNCW does look to have settled into a person defense. Got a nice centering pass to Danielle. They're going to need some cutters downfield. And that's going to be a heartbreaking turn just outside the end zone on a bobble.
Seaweed look to get to score on this easy opportunity right outside the end zone. Hannah Samuelson set to pick up, and they're in a vert stack. Hannah Samuelson with a nice break to hit Kristen Reed on the under, and that is a goal for Seaweed.
What channel is the game on?
It's on YouTube. I mean, if you just type in JinxCam, you'll go pretty much right to it. Yeah, but it's really on the NC State Ultimate YouTube channel.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know either one. I was studying for the SAT. I had to retake it. Okay, I had to figure out where to go for dinner. And
How we doing, boss?
And that'll be 20 seconds to a pull. Got a really nice foghorn going on over here.
Hannah Samuelson set to pull for Seaweed. Hannah Samuelson with the big bladey pull.
Anna Solberg is going to stop the roll. Yaga setting up in a side stack with an isolation for Carmen Tormey. Try and get some early movement to disrupt this zone. A nice swing over to the sideline for Carmen Tormey. We're going to swing again to Katie Trabilovich. We're going to move the disc back and forth and try to get the cup to be out of position to allow for more strikes up the field. It's a nice grab by Allison, who hits Tori at the sideline. Continue to Anna. She's going to settle a little bit and look for a dump for Katie Trabilovich. That was a big gain on that short sequence. Becky's going to thread the needle for Carmen Tormey.
Nice, Carmen. Nice, Carmen.
With a great throw that's just out of reach for Ashley.
Hannah Betcher set to pick up for UNC Wilmington.
Carmen Tormey with a strong flick force.
Hannah Betcher hits the upline to Kristen Reed, who surveys the field. She hits Kelly McKillicuddy on the under, and she launches it. A discussion on whether it was in or out is ensuing.
It's going to be called a goal by Becky Widmeyer, and that's going to give it 6-3 lead to Seaweed.
That is a goal for Seaweed. The pass coming from Kelly McKillicuddy, and she hit Kelly Miners, who toes the line, just barely gets it in. With Easterns coming up tomorrow, Alex, it would be a crime for me not to go ahead and plug that in. Make sure you guys check out the UltiWorld stream tomorrow, 3 o'clock. The UNC Wilmington men will be playing Pittsburgh in what should be a really good game.
Well, now we have a break, so I'll throw in one more plug. We have several players on this field that are members of the second year of the Raleigh Radiance roster. We have a couple practice players and some rostered players, and they're going to look to start up the first ever season of the PUL, which is the Premier Ultimate League. So catch some of these ladies on the Raleigh Radiance.
Seaweed look to get this break here for half. Would be a pretty big break for Seaweed. It put Jäga in quite the hole coming out of half.
I feel the need to embrace it from the wind. Also, there's grass in it on this side, but I don't want to touch it.
Hannah Samuelson set to pull for Seaweed. Nice floaty pull from Hannah Samuelson.
Becky's got the disc in the center of the field, and she looks up for Allison, who reels that one in on the sideline. Oh, another drop for Yaga. It's going to give UNCW the frisbee just outside.
Hannah Betcher picks up. She waves off Kelly Manners on an under and hits Kristen Reed. Kristen Reed hits Hannah Samuelson on an under and cuts up line. Hannah Samuelson with the dump swing to Hannah Betcher, who looks upfield. She hits Eliza Rich on an ace cut. Eliza looking into the end zone, wanting to score.
That's a hand block for Jen Bradley. And Jägermeister will get the disc back. Becky Widmeyer to pick up. Looks like we have some sort of obstruction on the field, maybe.
Big hand block there from Jen Bradley.
The hand block up, but also the trap back down to the ground. We're going to swing all the way around. Becky looks upfield and hits Carmen Tormey for a small gain, but Carmen continuation for Lisa Keller. Allison Church is a first-year player on this team who has really given the O-line handlers a lot of calm.
Seaweed really believing in this zone and hoping that Jäga will just make a mistake or two. Ooh, Kristen Reed with a quick D underneath. Seaweed with their second break opportunity of the point.
Jägermonster still in a person defense. They are setting up, forcing flick.
Hannah Betcher with the disc. Hits Kristen Reed on an upline.
Ooh.
Almost a bad collision there, but just barely avoided. Kristen Reed hits Hannah Betcher on an upline, and she's just right outside of the end zone. A hammer goes up from Hannah Betcher, and she hits Kelly Manners for the break, and Seaweed takes half, 7-3.
I need to stop. Do I stop it? Do I stop the time, or does it just go? Or who's timing half?
What's that?
Is there a time for half?
I think it's supposed to be 10 minutes.
Okay. So do I stop this?
Maybe I'll see if I can control, if I can switch the. So you say you had it at 75, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So let me see if I can maybe switch. Or maybe we should just leave it. I don't know.
Cool.
And that concludes the first half of the final ACS game between Yaga and Seaweed. Seaweed with a couple of breaks early in the second half, and they were able to squeeze one break out at the end to make it 7-3.
We're going to a 10-minute half.
I'm feeling spontaneous, not my hair. I'm feeling spontaneous, and then on the way home, there's a great close right by my place, and I was like, now or never, and I walked in, so there I went. You do you? Nope. Nope. And this is what happened. She got out a razor, and I was like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And I said, the only stipulation is that I have to be able to put it up to you. It's fine, it'll grow back. I dyed my hair blonde after I did it. And it's still here after 2 years. No, it's bad. It's getting chopped off. I told her I want my hair cut. I was like, I want to do some videos. The last time I told her not to do it. She did, but you answered like 30 minutes too late. And everybody said don't do it. And I was like, I need just somebody to tell me yes. And then somebody said yes. And I was like, I'm doing it. You should have gotten a tattoo. I do want a tattoo. I just. Tattoo pretty soon. Oh, it seems way too soon. You literally just talked all year. That shit grows back. That is permanent. Alright, you guys got this. I'll sit down. No, I actually need to go pee. I do too. I stood up and then gravity took effect. And said, like, that's like what you're talking about. Like, I'm so good. Oh, don't go on that.
That's cool. I'm not the one to ask for that. They're all the way over there, staying on the ground.
Hey, bud.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh,
Good.
yeah. We live in Cary. That's the only time my dad will come through.
Just to bring you back, we're about to start up the second half. The score is currently UNCW Seaweed 7, NC State Jäga 3.
Seaweed set to come out at half on 0 and look to get a quick hold.
Looks like we're going to have Emma Bartlett pulling. And the pull's up.
Kristen Reed fields the pull for Seaweed, and it's Hannah Betcher upfield. She lets up a huck to a streaking Lydia Brenneman, who catches it and immediately hits Hannah Samuelson in the dump set. Hannah Samuelson uncorks a huge hammer and hits Kelly McKillicuddy for the quick hold for Seaweed, and that is 8-3.
Jägermonster just has not been prepared to defend those hammers in the end zone. Have another look at the NC State Jägermonster O-line here. We've got Charity Robinette, Katie Trabrilovich, Becky Widmeyer.
Hannah Samuelson with the Blady pull out of bounds.
Jäger looks to be setting up another side stack isolation play with Carmen Tormey in the ISO space. We've got Anna Solberg, Charity Robinette, Vandenberg, and Church in the side stack. Katie Trabrilovich just pick up, and she dumps it quick to Becky with a swing to Carmen Tormey.
Seaweed back out with this zone that has been working for them pretty well throughout the game.
It's a nice look to Anna Solberg. in the space, they're going to need to work on gaining a few more yards on these quick upfield cuts. Another dump to Allison Church. Allison Church fakes hard, but looks to Becky in the dump set. But Carmen reels it in just barely and looks to dish it up the field to Katie Jabrilovich on the sideline. Katie dishes back to Carmen Tormey. Carmen with a quick dump to Katie Jabrilovich. Who resets it back to Carmen again. And hit Becky, and Becky's going to look upfield. Fakes off on Solberg, Allison Church, and hits Katie Jabrilovich again. Jäga needs a little bit more movement in this set if they're going to work the disc effectively.
Seaweed really moving well as a cup and keeping these Jäga handlers bouncing the disc around on the edge.
That's going to be a up throw as Anna had the disc in her hands but just fell to the ground. Becky on a nice little quick fast break. They're going to need to string some more of that movement along.
Jäga looking really patient with the disc, taking their time moving it around the Seaweed zone.
Becky Widmeyer in the center of the field again. She's going to look upfield, but takes the dump. Nice gain with Anna Solberg through the cup. She's going to dish it to Becky Widmeyer, who looks around the sideline to Allison Church. Allison Church has a few options. She's going to throw a few fakes and dish it right back to Becky Widmeyer. Seaweed still in this zone look, even so close to the end zone, about 10 yards outside.
A dump deep from Hannah Betcher, and she takes off deep. Hannah Samuelson picks up for Seaweed and throws it very late.
Becky Widmeyer will bring that in for the D to give Jägermeister back the disc. Hopefully they can gain some yards quick before this UNCW defense gets set up. Looks like there may be a little bit of miscommunication on what the defensive look right now is for UNCW. Allison Church picks up and hucks, looking for Carmen deep, but it's going to be outside the end zone and a little bit fast.
Get it back.
Christian Reed to pick up for Wilmington and get this potential break opportunity. Kristen Reed inbounds it for Wilmington. She hits Eliza Rich on an upline cut, and she looks downfield and hits Hannah Samuelson on an under, who hits Hannah Betcher on an under. UNCW just working these open side unders. An upline throw from Hannah Betcher hits Kristen Reed, who puts on the skates and just barely gets it. A nice grab from Kristen Reed right there. 9-3, Wilmington is up. I've had people texting me like, just say this, say that.
Not that much better. Yeah. No, really?
Hannah Samuelson set to pull for Seaweed, and on this line for Wilmington is Kelly Mainers, Eliza Rich, Catherine O'Leary, Lydia Brenneman, Hannah Betcher, and Kristen Reed.
I love this one. Yeah. Really.
20 seconds to pull.
I think she could have, I mean, did she feel like, did she bat either side in softball, or did she do anything with left-handed?
I will put down that number. You can have your spot back.
I think that's extremely unusual for people at that time. And usually ambidextrous.
Hannah Samuelson with the bladey pull that rolls down the field quite a bit.
Emma Bartlett picks up and centers to Becky Widmeyer. We've got Katie Trubrilovich, Becky Widmeyer, and Emma Bartlett in the handler set. We've got Allison Church and Carmen Tormey in the middle section of the field looking to create some space. And we've got Anna Solberg and Abby Campbell working the deep space.
Seaweed right back into the zone that has been making Yaga move the disc quite a bit.
Nice throw up the middle to Carmen Tormey, who can continue to Allison Church. Becky gestures for Allison to continue with the swing. It looks like it's going to go the opposite way and swing to the sideline with Katie Kabrillovich, who centers back to Becky Widmeyer. A little bit of movement into space, and Allison just reels that one in past the defender. Becky hits Katie Trubrilovich on the sideline. They're gaining yards slowly but surely. UNCW is content to make Yaga throw it over and over again and let them turn it over on a mistake.
Another D from Hannah Betcher. Hannah Samuelson uncorks a large flick to a streaking Hannah Betcher, who catches it with ease. That is 10-3. Seaweed is up on Yaga. Another break for Wilmington. This one is starting to get away from Yaga. I believe that is a timeout call on the field from Yaga.
Jägermonster and Seaweed usually play each other several times throughout the season, but I don't think that they've faced each other this season yet. This will be their first head-to-head competition. They've been in the same tournaments this year, but haven't seen each other outside of this matchup.
I'm sure they'll end up playing probably at sectionals and or regionals a couple times.
They'll probably meet each other in bracket play at sectionals. I don't know how many teams we have in the section now. We're kind of growing. Got a really nice 69 degrees out here, no wind, calm.
A beautiful 69 degrees. Doesn't get any better than that. Perfect night for Ultimate. 69 degrees. Just perfect.
Nice. Got a beautiful sunset setting up here to the right.
Yaga coming out of the timeout, hopefully recuperated a little bit and organized themselves, and they look to get a quick hold right here out on O.
They're about to lose.
Both of these teams are just outside the bubble for earning a bid to nationals. Unlikely that any result here would really help either team's case, but they would have an opportunity to gain some points this weekend at I-85. I believe Jägermonster is going to I-85. I'm not sure if Seaweed has any other tournaments on the schedule.
Yep, I think Seaweed actually finished up their regular season last week at Southerns in Georgia. So I believe this is the last. This is it for Seaweed. This is the last regular season game. Hannah Samuelson with the Blady pull. That just barely stays in.
Anna Solberg stops the roll before she runs into the deep space.
Seaweed right back out here with the zone that has been working so well all game.
Nice bid by Allison Church to reel in a frisbee that was just a little too far. It's going to save the possession for Yaga. Katie with a cheeky throw over a defender's head to hit Becky Widmeyer just a little bit up the sideline. They're going to look to swing to Carmen Tormey.
Seaweed really has Yaga pushed back here with the zone.
Oh, nice. Gain some yards. Carmen unhooks a big backhand. And that's going to be a read and a land sky for Jägermonster.
Kristen Reed with the rundown and almost D. That is 10-4, UNC Wilmington up.
We're going to get this Jägermonster D-line back out here, hopefully to do some disruption of this UNCW offense. Danielle Sawyer with her hand up, waiting for UNCW to be ready to receive the pull.
Seaweed really taking their time talking over this O point. Must be very crucial. Hannah Samuelson picks up the pull and centers to Annie Garrix. Annie Garrix hits Hannah Betcher on a quick under, and right back to Annie, who looks upfield and hits Betcher on an upline. She hits Kristen Reed on a tight under, who's looking downfield. And hits Hannah Betcher for the swing, who hits it to Eliza Rich. Annie Garrix with the flick hook up to Hannah Samuelson. Oh, a fat bid from Hannah Samuelson, just out of her reach.
Jäga Monster going to look to close this gap a little bit. Danielle's walking to pick up the disc.
Seaweed right back into that beloved zone.
Jäga Monster's pinned in their end zone and got D'd.
Hannah Betcher with the quick hands and gets her 4th or 5th dump D of the day. Hannah Samuelson picks up the disc right on the goal line and throws a hammer. And Hannah Betcher will get the bookends and score for Seaweed. That is 11-4.
No one said that? Oh, okay. It's in my head. My interpersonal heckler.
Seaweed really came to play tonight on the last ACS game. Last game of the season, they probably decided to leave it all on the line.
We've got Alice Woodman crossing over onto the O-line for this point. And also Lisa Keller. So on this O-line, we'll have Allison Church, Becky Widmeyer, Lisa Keller, Kay Jabrilovich, Carmen Tormey, Anna Solberg, and Alice Woodman.
Hannah Samuelson with the pull. Landed at half field, but rolled quite away.
Becky threads the needle again through the cup, hitting Lisa Keller up the field for about a 20-yard gain. And again, Anna Solberg on the sideline, just inside. And that'll be a Carmen Tormey throw and a Becky Widmeyer goal.
Quick and easy O there for Jäga once they got through the holes in the Seaweed zone.
Yeah, no, they got a little Xbox controller.
Oh, so it's actually got like a gimbal up there. You can kind of follow the game.
Right. So, you know, it's tilt and
Must have cost a
zoom.
lot, man.
Yeah.
This isn't your setup.
Not only is it mine.
What do you do for a living? What do you do?
Well, I mean, I'm
See, I'm a high school Spanish teacher. We have a cosmetology program at our school, so
I can go in. I can be the subject. You know,
dude, you would come out with corn braids or something, man.
it would be better. It would be a step. It'd be a step up. They could cornbread jacket.
Oh, dude, they would do something with all that hair.
They would
trust me.
kill for that. Wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
And it's got all the graphics.
Emma Bartlett set to pull for this Jäga Monster D-line.
That is killer.
Wipes her hand on the ground. Warms up her wrist.
I've been watching YouTube of last year's championships all over. Oh, look at that. So boom, right there on your phone. Sweet. Well, this is sweet, man. I love porn. I sit around and watch it, but then my wife is getting antsy, and we got UNCW basketball.
When you used to talk about playing ultimate back in the day, you know, now you're seeing all this.
What I'm loving that it's limited. Because that's what she wants.
Emma Bartlett with her hand up, waiting for UNCW to be ready. Got a hand and the pull's going up. It's a nice pull for Emma Bartlett.
Hannah Samuelson catches a pull and centers to Kristen Reed. Hannah Betcher has the isolation cut, gets it on the under. She sends it deep. It's floating. And is caught by Lydia Brenneman deep. A dimey huck from Hannah Betcher gets the quick O hold for Seaweed.
That'll bring us to UNCW 12, NC State 5.
Really? Well, there's a game at Middle Creek on Sundays that is that Brent that played with us? Yeah, 'cause what was Brent's name that played?
Seaweed with the potential to get the break for the win here.
Really? So, yeah, it's funny because I remember one of my best plays ever was to Brent. I caught one, and I unloaded it down the sideline, and it was a backhand, you know, that, what do you call that, outside in, or inside out, backhand, and you were on the sideline like, what are you doing? And I was like, Brent, it was like the greatest huck play. The only person on our team that could have made it happen though was Brent, because he was fast enough to chase it down. Yeah, maybe
you think it happened. Maybe in your mind. I gotta tell you, I don't know. But, you know, I'm sure.
it was either that or the hand block I got on Brian Wingfield. That was down.
You're remembering all the right stuff.
Well, of course I remember that stuff. I mean, I don't remember.
Hannah Samuelson set to pull for Seaweed.
Discs or, you know, passes from here to
A
there.
Blady pull lands right out of bounds at about half field.
All right, let me get back up.
All right.
Good seeing you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Gonna give Yaga a short field to work with.
Becky Widmeyer set to pick up. She's going to walk it to the middle. Disc is tapped in and immediately looks for Carmen with a nice grab. Carmen hits Melissa Gronskin. That's going to be a quick score for NC State Jägermonster. This will be a game point possession for UNCW if they can score here, as this game is being played to 13.
On O for Seaweed, we have Kelly Mainers, Meredith Wiedenheft, Lydia Brenneman, Kelly McKillicuddy, Hannah Betcher, Kristen Reed, and Hannah Samuelson.
$20 seconds for a pull. Pulls up from Danielle Sawyer.
Kristen Reed fields the pull for Seaweed and hits Hannah Betcher as a centering pass. She looks downfield and hits Kelly Mainers on an under. Kelly Mainers with the dump pass to Kristen Reed, who hits Hannah Betcher on the swing. Back to Kristen Reed, who hits Hannah Betcher on a quick handler switch. Hannah Betcher to Kristen Reed, who makes a nice tight grab, who hits Hannah Samuelson on the under. Hannah Samuelson with a
Nice D from Alice Woodman.
tight hammer.
That came in right about at head height for Alice. Alice stands about 6 feet tall.
Seaweed setting up into that zone.
Danielle looks to swing it out to the sideline to Emma Bartlett. She puts one up. But
Hannah Samuelson with a large layout D. Nice layout by Hannah Samuelson to get that one back after the errant hammer throw. Hannah Betcher lets it fly. A flick hug. Lydia Brennan looking to end the game, and it bobbles right into her hands, and Seaweed wins it. 13-6 is your final. Thank you for joining the stream in the final ACS game of the year. I'm Kevin Huerta.
I'm Alix Robbins.
Thank you for joining us.
Nice job.
Yeah, good job.
Hey, Kevin. This is my nephew at Jackson.
How you doing, Kevin?
We're going to UNCW hopefully.
Oh, okay, wow, yeah, that's awesome.
He's got you got a disc. I don't know. Jackson, I don't know what. Yeah, I mean between that and the hair.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
This is short right now.
Are you in school now or? Okay. Do you think like you want to do like prom or something like that?
I have really no idea yet.
Yeah, I mean I don't know.
No, you should go to film school.
I mean film, yeah. Film is huge.
Yeah, that's that and everything. Oceanics.
Business, you got business is big, film is big, prom is big. A lot of like like ocean.
Medical stuff. Nothing like being a doctor. Just like nursing.
Yeah, nursing is real big as well. It's pretty competitive. But I mean, like you already know how to do like a lot of this stuff. So like, you can easily like as soon as you get there, get into the clubs that you like make videos. Like I'm a part of TLTV, which is like just like a bullshit news station, and I just like write articles for them. You know.
Well, I was going to tell you, this will actually be on NC State's bullshit stuff. Yeah, on Pac TV. Yeah, so you'll be the one UNCW guy who's ever commentated on Pac TV.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, I don't know if you toured it yet, but I mean, where do I look to find the schedule?
Yeah.
Because I was just like, dude, this could be
you
good.
need to maybe plug in, if you plug in a little bit more into the ultimate community, and then you could start bringing all your Spanish kids out. You could it could be.
Well, it's funny.
Take Spanish class to the showcase.
It's funny. I'm actually next
Anyway,
year. Marlowe starts middle school.
Hopefully I see you.
Square, which does not have a team, but there are a couple of girls. There's at least one girl that's in our clinic trying to start a team. And my school is right down the road. It's called Vernon Malone College of Career Academy. And so I'm trying to decide whether
No, she's running. You're running. See, look at that. Your joints work just fine.
we're a new school. I mean, we're in our 6th year now, and we're on South Wilmington Street. We're partnered with Wake Tech, and 300 students. No, it's a public. We are a all application Wake County public school. We don't have a base. You have to apply to come to school. It is not a charter school. It is a new concept in Wake County, and it's actually awesome. It's not a magnet. We kick out all the to a degree, the thing is we're partnered with Wake Tech, and so we have a nursing program, a video game design program, we have plumbing, electrical, welding, auto body, cosmetology, and well, the thing is this, is that we, you get credits, like Wake Tech credits for those classes.
AP classes, but they're going to.
Exactly. And so when you graduate between AP classes and the Wake Tech courses, you can really have your maybe first and a half year of college So, unfortunately, some of our programs are like the cosmetology. We're a bunch of hairdressers. But our nursing students, our biopharm students, our video games, our students.
Cool. And it's popular. I mean, you're getting.
We're filling up. I mean, we're filling up. Exactly. So, but I've been thinking about either trying to start a club there, or maybe trying to coach a club at more square. It's a middle school. It's where my daughter is. All right, so this is over then. Are the men playing anything?
Well, they're playing this weekend down in Puerto Rico, and if you go to UltiWorld, I don't know if they're actually they're very high seed. I mean, they're I think the UltiWorld.com. And they will do like 4 or 5 games tomorrow, but last year we went. I went down.
Well, right on, man. Hey, it was good seeing you, man. Good seeing you.
You keep encouraging that daughter, man. Don't be clear-eyed, man. You tell her she's doing great. All right, come on, man. Let's find a. Oh, if we need to stop the recording and everything. Did you play the ad?
I totally did.
Here. Oh.
Got to that.
It's kind of too late at this point.
Yeah, what benefit does that give you?
Well, if you just one more, maybe we'll decide to come.
Okay.